put the week in perspective. We've seen a dovish tilt then from a number of central banks. It's a slightly oversimplified narrative and it doesn't include Japan. But it is something of a story to cling to when we're looking at the trajectory of global rates here. What have you taken away from this week?
Morning, Anna. It's absolutely a picture of unmistakable dovishness from the big central banks. If you look at the Fed, the big picture is you don't want to be fighting the Fed because the Fed itself is busy fighting the economy. The Fed says it expects higher inflation, lower unemployment, and faster growth. And financial conditions are the losers they have been since 2021. But the Fed still thinks that it wants to cut rates 3 times this year. So it's hard to figure out why they're in such a hurry to cut rates. And the ECB is also committed to starting rate cuts in June. And we've just heard from Bailey that, they are on track to cut rates as well.
Yes, absolutely. So Bailey saying to media in the UK that rate cuts are in play. Is that new, though, Ven? Doesn't that tell... I mean, they'd already suggested in February that the next move would be down.
Yes, that is true. But I think that increasingly what is becoming clear is the stridency of the voice of their bias to cut rates pretty quickly. If you look at the comments that Bailey made to Financial Times, he's saying that he noted that the markets are tending to price the first rate cut in June, i.e., he seems to be almost sanctifying that pricing for a June rate cut rather than an August rate cut, which is what most participants were thinking earlier. So if the way the central banks see it goes right, we could have a first rate cut from the Fed, from the ECB, from the Bank of Canada, and from the Bank of England, all by the end of the first half. So I think that this is a pretty dovish pivot from all the central banks. But, they've been proven wrong since the start of the year, and that may happen again.